recently someone commented on one of my videos saying that she wishes that reviewers would make update videos, that they would share how wigs are wearing over time and give some updates on wigs versus just sort of out of the box wig reviews, which are great and super helpful. But it got me thinking. I have a wig that I've had for almost 3 years. We're 1 month shy of 3 years, and I'm still wearing her. So let me give you an update on the wig on my head. My name is Denise. I'm also known as Hey Wig Sister on Instagram and Facebook. The wig I have on my head is a Milano Bandfall. I purchased this wig in July of 2022. It is now June of 2025. And let me put a screenshot up to prove that I purchased this wig. I paid, I think, $800 for it at the time, and prices have obviously gone up since then. I was just on their website kind of checking out what they currently have available before I made this video, and to me, this wig was worth every single penny that I paid. So in this video, not only am I going to give you an update on how this one is doing, but I'd also like to talk a little bit about how you can get the most bang for your buck when you purchase wigs. Whether you wear synthetic or human hair, there are some kind of basics to know so that you are making good purchasing decisions. So I'd like to talk a little bit about that in this video, in addition to giving you an update on this one. This wig is in the color medium brown balayage. They do still have this color available on their website, but I would really like to caution you on judging the color of a wig that's been worn and washed, especially for a long period of time. Color on human hair changes. It can fade, it can oxidize, and even after just a little bit of wear, but for a 3-year-old wig, I have worn this one, oh my gosh, so many times. I've washed it a bunch of times. I actually just freshly washed it yesterday, and that's what gave me the idea to make this video. I've worn this one to the beach, which I don't generally recommend you do with human hair. We can talk about that in just a little bit. But this one, I took this one on vacation when my husband and I went and celebrated our 15th wedding anniversary in St. Lucia, the very first vacation he and I have ever taken together. And I wore this every day at the beach because I thought, well, you know, this is getting pretty old and I'll just do it. And it's no worse for wear, but the color may be different. So as you're watching this video and you may be thinking, maybe if you are thinking, maybe you don't like the color, but let's say you're thinking, oh gosh, I really like that color. I would want that color. A brand new one in the same color probably will not look the same. The good news is you can get color on human hair wigs refreshed. I have a list of resources that I will link in the description box below. I call it the Ultimate Wig Resource. It's a spreadsheet and it has just about everything you could ever imagine. There's a tab for online retailers. There's a tab for in-person wig shops. There is a tab for stylists who will work on wigs. So if you notice over time that your human hair wig is changing, you can have that color refreshed. It's not generally recommended to lighten a human hair wig because they often go through a lot of processing, especially a piece like this, because not only is it colored, but it's permed. But you can have color added, you can have it toned. So don't give up on your human hair wigs because there's a lot you can do to them. And that is one way that a human hair wig is really a better investment overall than a synthetic, because you can't really do any of those things with synthetics. So let's talk a little bit about why a bandfall like this, in my opinion, is worth the money. Because if I were to have a synthetic like this, which I do, I've reviewed headband wigs from Emma Hairpiece a lot, and they are some of my favorite wigs, but I wear those in messy updos because they won't last very long if I wear it down because of the friction on my clothing. So one of the challenges with longer wigs like this is that they rub up on your clothing all the time, unless you are going to wear it in a ponytail or a messy bun, which you can absolutely do with one of these. But the friction is much harder on synthetic and heat-friendly synthetic fibers than it is on human hair. So as I'm talking, as I'm moving, as it's rubbing on my clothing, if this were made out of especially heat-friendly synthetic, the ends would start to get frayed and tangled and matted. And while you can remedy that a little bit with heat, it isn't something that you can keep refreshing indefinitely. So this wig is one that I always wear down, and I have zero issues with tangling, with matting. The hair feels okay. So I can't say that it feels every bit as good as the day I got it. It feels amazing. I honestly, it almost seems like it feels every bit as good as the day I got it because I'm not comparing it to a brand new one, but it doesn't feel dry. It doesn't feel old. I mean, it just is holding up so great. And I do not care for my wigs well. I will be the first to admit I am a very lazy wig wearer. I don't put leave-in conditioner in my human hair all the time. I don't put oil in my human hair all the time. And this one especially I have not cared for well, and it is holding up so great. Considering that it is color processed and perm processed, I'm just blown away by that. And you guys, Milano is not giving me anything for this video. They have not gifted me a wig. Certainly not this wig. So the hair itself is one consideration when you're looking at purchasing a wig. And while I own synthetics and I love some of my synthetics and I choose to wear synthetics a lot, if I'm looking for the longest life and it's longer and I'm going to wear it down, human hair really is the better way to go unless you're willing to replace your wig more frequently. I took the headband off because I should have probably said this in the beginning. Some of you don't know what a bandfall is or a headband wig is. So a bandfall, otherwise known as a headband wig, has a hard front. Can you see that hard front right there? There's no lace. There's nothing to give you a natural hairline. There's no lace in here. There's no monofilament of any type. It's all closed wefted. And I will say, it's got hook adjusters as well. I will say this wig is 3 years old. Their caps may have changed since I bought this wig. So I'll show this to you, but just know a brand new one may not be constructed exactly the same as this one. And if it's really important to you to know how exactly this is done, you will want to reach out to them before you make a purchase. They also sell straight bandfalls. I am super partial to curls and waves. It is my preference. And so I purchased the wavy because that's what I prefer, but you can certainly get this in a straight. They do have that option. They have other color options as well. And they also have some customization options, which is one reason why I really love Milano, because they do have a lot of choice when it comes to their wigs. They have hat wigs, full wigs, lots of different styles, different densities, and you can work with them to have them customize something specifically for you. So if you've been struggling to find a wig that's going to work for you, and buying a wig sort of off the rack, if you will, just really hasn't been working well for you, it might be worth doing a consultation with Milano and see if they can help you. They do virtual consultations. They also have physical locations in New York, in Florida, and in California, and maybe Texas. I think maybe Texas, but double check that. I've been wearing wigs now for almost 7 years. I've learned a lot over the years. I've learned not only what my preferences are, but what works in what situations. I've heard from thousands of wig wearers over the years with feedback. And I really believe that the price paid on a wig like this is going to reap dividends for years and years and years. And I don't see having the need really to replace this wig anytime soon. I mean, I'm at least thinking it's going to last double as long as it has. Now, might I decide at some point to get it colored, especially if I choose to wear it out in the sun all the time? Maybe, and that does come with a bit of an expense, but I might not either because I am pretty flexible on color. So I love a headband wig like this for throw and go. I love being able to just run out the door really quickly and not have to think about what am I going to do about my hair? I don't have to think about what's the weather going to be like in helping me decide what hair to wear. You know, one of the challenges with wigs is if it's going to be really hot outside, you might choose different hair depending on the weather. If it's going to be really windy on a super, super windy day, I generally either choose shorter wigs or I choose a longer wig that I can, you know, do like a twist and stick it up in a clip so that the hair isn't blowing all around. But with a headband wig like this, I don't have to think about that because the headband is going to kind of keep this. Even if this stuff is blowing, that headband is really keeping the hair contained. The fact that this is wavy means that I don't have to style it. I may need to refresh it with a little bit of water, just a spray bottle with water. But in general, I don't have to style this one. I've never taken heat to this one. And that may contribute to its long life. I've never taken a hairdryer to it. I've never taken a curling iron to it. I could do both, but I like it this way. And so wavy and curly wigs, one of the reasons I love them is because I find them a lot easier to wear than straight wigs that I generally have to style periodically. And if it rains, one of the beautiful benefits of synthetic is you can go out in the rain, it's going to dry super fast, and whatever style it has is baked in, and so you don't ever have to restyle a synthetic. I kind of feel the same way about curly human hair. You know, if this gets wet, I'm just going to scrunch it a little. It's not going to dry as fast as synthetic, but it's going to look super natural. And as it's drying, it's just going to look like curly hair that's wet. And again, I'm not going to need to restyle it. And for me, that's a huge plus when it comes to human hair. And one of the deterrents for some people in choosing human hair wigs is the unknown of the styling. And with a curly piece, you don't have to. Again, you can get this in straight and you can straighten it if you want to. I'm just kind of sharing all of the thought processes that I go through, and I'm trying to decide if I want to spend my money on something, and also why I think this was probably one of the best wig purchases that I've made in the 7 years I've been wearing wigs. Another huge benefit, I know some of you are really struggling on this journey. You're terrified to wear a wig. You're terrified that somebody is going to know that you're wearing a wig. You're really afraid that it's going to be obvious. You struggle with lace. You struggle with making the front look realistic. A headband wig eliminates all of those things. There is not a person alive who will know that you have a wig on if you have a wig like this on. Not even a seasoned wig wearer is going to know. There is nothing on this piece to give away that you have a wig on. And so the transition to wigs could be made easier by choosing a wig like this. And while I know that they're expensive, right now on their website, I believe these are running around $1,200. I paid $800 for mine, but that was 3 years ago. And I had a coupon code, and I have a coupon code I can give you that will save you 10%. So it would be 10% less than that, but I know that's a lot of money. But when you think, if you can swing it, maybe you can't swing it at all. And then the sapphire wigs, headband wigs that I share all the time are a great choice for you. And I'll link a few videos showing you those below. They're like 25 bucks on Amazon. Buy a few, rotate them out. I really do love those wigs a lot, especially for wearing up. But if you can swing it, even if it's a little painful to swing that kind of money, I want you to consider you're going to have the wig for years and years, barring some disaster that happens to it. Like I said, I don't care for my wigs like I should. And so if mine's lasted this long and is still thriving, I have to believe everybody's will. And they didn't know me at all when I purchased this wig. So I didn't get any special wig. I promise you, I bought it as an anonymous wig wearer just online. So you're going to have it a long time. It's going to be like that one investment that you're just going to have. It's going to give you peace of mind because it's just going to be seamless. Nobody's going to know that you have a wig on. I can give you guys some recommendations for headbands. This is the perfect wig if you're going to take a trip somewhere. If you're going to, I've had women reach out to me and say they're going camping with family and they don't know what to do because they're not going to be able to take their wig off and nobody knows that they're wearing a wig. A wig like this is perfect, because sometimes you can wear it up, sometimes you can wear it down, you can wear it into the lake, you can wear it in the rain, you can wear it hiking, just change out the headband, you can sleep in it. I mean, truly, this is a jack of all trades wig, in my opinion. I mean, you could even dress up with this by wearing a super fancy, maybe a bejeweled headband. So what I'm trying to say is something like this could be a great introduction to the world of wigs. Maybe you've been terrified to buy a wig up until now. This could be a great first step. And again, synthetic will work. It just won't work as well for as long. But we get real creative as wig wearers who have to wear wigs due to hair loss, and I'm confident over time you'll learn all the tricks and all the little nuances of the journey so that you can make it your own. And it will get easier. I promise that it will. So to summarize, I love this wig. I highly recommend this wig. I think every wig wearer should have a headband wig. If not a human hair, then a synthetic. Again, I've got my sapphire wigs videos linked below. You never know when you're going to be in a situation where you will be so grateful to have a wig like this. You don't have to think about it. You just throw it on. And you can do virtually anything then. And it doesn't hurt that I think she's gorgeous, that I feel amazing when I have this wig on. And I mean, that's one of the reasons why we turn to wigs, those of us with hair loss, because we don't feel amazing with our hair loss and we're looking for a solution for that. And there are lots of options for solutions, and headband wigs, I think, are one of the better ones out there. I really do. I'd love if you asked me any questions about this one, if you had comments, if you've tried headband wigs, even if you don't love them, share your experience. We're not all the same. And I will rave all day long about headband wigs. And I recognize full well that we're all different and not everybody will agree with me. So give people just the data. We're all grown-ups. We can make our own decisions based on the data that we can find and the information that's out there. All right, you guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon.
Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.